U.S. President Joe Biden's visit with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas in the West Bank didn't take him to Ramallah, the headquarters of the Palestinian Authority. Instead, to Bethlehem, just a few miles south of Jerusalem. President Abbas had hoped that President Biden will follow through on a promise he made during his campaign.
We look forward to steps from the U.S. administration to strengthen bilateral relations by reopening the U.S. consulate in East Jerusalem, removing the PLO from the U.S. terrorist list.
President Biden reiterated his support for the two-state solution, but gave no details on what his administration is going to do to make this become a reality.
As I stand with you today, now as President of the United States, my commitment to that goal of a two-state solution has not changed.
Before arriving in Bethlehem, President Biden made a quick stop at Augusta Victoria Hospital in East Jerusalem, significant in the sense that it's the first time a U.S. president visits a place in East Jerusalem outside the walls of the old city. He made a pledge of $100 million in aid to Palestinian hospitals in East Jerusalem and $200 million in financial assistance to UNRWA. But he did not talk about the political importance of the city to Palestinians.
We cannot wait for peace agreement to be reached or for every issue to be resolved to deliver on the needs of the Palestinian people that exist today as I speak.
To the dismay of Palestinians, President Biden's visit to the region didn't focus on the Palestinian issue, either by offering a diplomatic path on how to revive the stalled negotiations or by exerting pressure on Israel to talk seriously about the peace process. Rather, the U.S. priority involves Israel's security, countering Iran, and help Israel forge new ties with more Arab countries.
What we demand is a pressure on Israel to end occupation, to end the system of apartheid, and to allow us to be free. What we demand, at least, is to open the American consulate in Jerusalem, which they promised and they will never do. What we demand is justice for Shireen Abu Akleh.
Despite the great relief and hope Palestinians felt following President Biden's victory, thinking he may reverse many of the decisions of the previous administration, the overwhelming feeling here is of despair and pessimism. Now, the Palestinian Authority is scrambling to find ways to stay relevant at a time they feel more isolated than ever. In Bethlehem, the West Bank, Mohammed Al-Qasim, reporting for the Media Line.